Hey guys, I'm back with another video. I'm going to tell you 3 farms that you can use right now as a warrior that will make you a lot of money. Now the first 2 are mainly hardcore, but you need to make sure you watch for the third one because it applies to all different servers. And I promise you in those first couple days of phase 5, you will make a lot of money on that farm. So stick around. Now, why these first 2 farms are super important for warrior. They're quick, they're easy, and they don't take much work. And they have a lot of value still, obviously, because the game is hardcore and there's people always re-rolling. So it's really important that you get these farms done. Now, the first farm I have here is the Valor Belt farm. Now, if you haven't been paying attention, especially if you are not a warrior, the Valor Belt, just because of the 0.5 quest chain, which is still important in hardcore, sells for 200 all the way to 250 gold. And the farm is extremely easy. All you have to do is just kill the very first boss in LBRS. As you can see in the background here, this is me and the rest of my guildies. And I think we have 1 pug, 3 shamans, and 2 warriors. And we are just mowing this down. I think we got 5 resets done in about 40 minutes. We ended up getting 2 Valor Belts, which obviously equated to about 440 gold. We split it between everybody and we made a lot of money. Now, more importantly, there is some good BOEs that could drop in here that are 0.5 related as well. You have the Dread Mist, you have the Beast Stalker that also drops in here, and you have a piece of Devout and 2 pieces of the Magister set that also drop in here. Let alone we got 2 Hanzo swords, which still sell for about 60 to 70 gold, and a couple other BOEs as well. Now, why this farm always works is because there's always players that are coming in here that need other items. So speaking of the first boss alone, there's casters that always need Sky Shroud pants, or potentially there's low level warriors that need Slam Shot, or there's people that simply need the gem for their upper Blackrock key. Now, these farms don't only just have to include the first boss. You can also include Voon for the Rose Wine Circle for healers, or for Flash Set for warrior, or Black Crow off the second troll boss. So really we call these runs 3 boss spams, but if you are only looking for the Valor Belt farm, obviously you can only just do the Valor Belt farm, which is the very first boss. And like I said, 5 runs took us maybe 40 minutes. With 3 shamans, we were just absolutely pumping this down in 2 warriors, and I was getting great XP because I was level 59. Again, this farm will stay around pretty much for the entirety of Classic for hardcore, and that's mainly because the LBRS 3 boss spam has a lot of value. And not only that, like I said, there's actually, you can get war beads from here from the 0.5 quest as well, because we had Lime Sherbet here actually farming war beads from the ogres that we were farming down. So as you can see here, let me skip just ahead a little bit. You're going to see we get a Valor Belt, and we just shared it. So go ahead and skip here. We get our Valor Belt. There it is. So like I said, this farm is extremely valuable because you're always going to find bodies because they need other items other than the Belt of Valor. And the Belt of Valor alone, including all the other BOEs, I think in our 5 runs, all combined with the gold that we made together, easily well over 600 to 700 gold with the amount of stuff that we got off of this 5 run spam. The next farm I have for you is Scholomance. Now, there's really only two reasons why I choose Scholomance. Dark Runes, which are always useful for healers, and especially if you are in a non-guild group, you can pretty much take or round robin those Dark Runes. Sometimes I've seen up to 12 per farm. Now, let me explain real quick what this farm is. You simply just clear all the way pretty much up to Rattlegore, and you just come back and reset. So you're really only killing the humanoids, the whelps, and the mobs downstairs on Rattlegore. Now, why you're doing that is very simple, just obviously to make it quicker, faster, and you're only looking for, like I said, either Dark Runes or you're looking for the Shadowcraft Bracers. Now, if you haven't been paying attention, Dark Mantle to this day is still considered BIS by many rogues and by many guides, by many WoW players, simply because of the 4 set. The Shadowcraft Bracers alone sell for about 400 gold. 400 gold if you can get them to drop. I've seen them drop twice in 1 run. I've seen them once, maybe every 2 to 3 runs. Obviously, it is all RNG based, but farming those Shadowcraft Bracers is huge. Now, there's a couple different ways you can do this. Obviously, maybe not bring a rogue and farm it, or basically help the rogue farm it, and the rogue pays you to basically help him farm it. Now, another reason why rogues would be in here is because Rattlegore also drops a piece of Shadowcraft himself. So my second and most important farm right now is Scholomance because of Dark Runes and the Shadowcraft Bracers, or potentially the boots, or simply just running a farming clearing business and you hire, or rogues hire you to basically clear it so they can get their pieces for Dark Mantle. Now, my last farm and the most important farm I have for you that will make you a ton of money starting right on phase 5 on July 10th is transmuting Heart of Fires to 3 elemental fires. Now, all you need to do is get Thorium Brotherhood rep to friendly, which is insanely easy, and you can buy all the items. It does not require any MC mats. All you need to be is an alchemist or have a friend that's an alchemist that can get you that friendly Thorium Brotherhood rep and learn to transmute Heart to Fire to 3 elemental fires. I do want to add that farming the Heart of Fires is actually extremely easy, and it can really get you out of some of those patrols that you see a lot of bots on, especially on Dreamscythe, Nightslayer, and Doomhow. You can actually farm Heart of Fire on the golems and the fire elementals and all of them in Searing Gorge. You can also go to Ungoro, which I know is a hotspot for bots, but any of the elementals in Ungoro. You can go to Felwood, or you can also just get them off of Molten Core drops, or you can just buy them from the auction house. I've seen them be able to drop also on the Arathi Burning Exile, so you can actually farm charms for warriors that you can also sell, but also get the Heart of Fires. So you have a couple different options that will help you kind of stay away from the bots and be able to farm those Heart of Fires efficiently and make a lot of money. If you have not been paying attention, literally on Doomhow, you can get 10 to 15 Heart of Fires for about 8 gold. That turns into a lot of elemental fires. Elemental fires right now are going for 1 for 2 gold. You can buy multiple Heart of Fires for cheaper than one single elemental fire. People have not realized this yet, but you can transmute, again, Heart of Fire into 3 elemental fires. Now in hardcore, people running BWL and MC will need fire protection potions all the time. There's always a market for this transmute. You will be able to literally flip 1 Heart of Fire, which costs you about a gold, into 3 elemental fires into about a little bit over 6 gold, and you can make the JVPs yourself and even sell them for more. Essentially, 1 Heart of Fire is going to give you 5 to 6 gold profit every single time. So you need to buy these up immediately, get the transmute ready on phase 5, Heart of Fire into 3 elemental fires. All you need to be is friendly with the Thorium Brotherhood, or have a friend that's friendly with them and get them to transmute them all for you. You will make a ton of money on this transmute. I hope you guys enjoyed this video. I hope we make a lot of money. I appreciate you watching. Subscribe, and I'll see you another time.